Let the brothers rap for the Godfather of soul. Soul power, 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 soul power. Power to the people, 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 power to the people. All right, come on. Come on. You need it, soul power. You got to have it, soul power. You want it, soul power. Soul power, soul power. You need it, soul power. You got to give it, soul power. You want it, soul power. Come on, give it, soul power. Got it. You skin, hey. You get there, got to win. Come on. Dance. Come on, get some. Hey, didn't you know, Kurt, brother? Come on. Here, come in front. Hey, that's right. Come on. That's right. Go along. I'm still okay. I rap strong. Rap on my brother, you don't stop. Ice to the rhythm, you don't stop. Keep on to the beat, you don't stop. Play to the bass, you don't stop. JB in the music, you don't stop. Keep on coming up, you don't stop. You need it, soul power. You got to have it, soul power. You want it, soul power. Soul power, soul power. Give it to me, soul power. You got to have it. You got it. I got to have it. You got it. You got to have it. You got it. That's right, you got what it takes. Soul power. Give it to me, soul power. Soul power. Let me tell you. Hey, it's okay. Come back some more. All right, so you get the idea. Now, Chuck don't sound that bad doing it, does he? He's like the most non-rhythm having rhythm dude I ever met in my life. I love Chuck. So, by the way, get out, Bobby Bird, dog. In any case, I'm going to go through how, as Carl was going through the project, he was opening up the mixed view, and there's a lot of things happening here. So I'm going to explain. We're going to start with the drums, because everybody knows, drums, at least right now, drums are what makes a track pop. Now, on the original Soul Power, the drums were very, very low in the back. Very, very obscure. Now, it's hard to make a current James Brown record, because if you listen to stuff like Talking Loud and Saying Nothing, or any original James Brown record, you barely hear the drums. You barely hear them. You feel them more than you hear them. So, how do you make a record now? People gotta hear the drums killing it. But there was no drums in the original, and they didn't need them. Times changed, so you gotta kind of adapt. So what I did was I took a page out of the book when I was doing songs back in the 80s, where to make the drums stand out but not overpower anything, I bust them out and I added compressed drum mix underneath all the original drums. So if you go here to these are the buses. Now this is the master bus, obviously. That's the master. That's where everything's playing through. I created a bus here. By the way, I think it's unlimited buses, right?
Unlimited, yeah.
Unlimited buses.
Sonar has unlimited tracks, unlimited buses, unlimited effects you can insert,
right.
Unlimited virtual instruments you can patch. You're only limited by your computer power.
Right.
Right. So we don't believe in limiting you as an artist. Other companies say, oh, it's safe to have 32 tracks, or
yeah, right. Yeah.
Or if you want another 32 tracks, that'll be an extra 10 grand, please. We're not about that.
Yeah, well, I use a million tracks. If I don't want to use them, I don't want to use them. But I like to have that flexibility. In any case, in this particular scenario, I use the bus and I call it drums. You can name it whatever you want to name it.
Right.
Now,
So you'll notice right here that he's got all these drum tracks.
I go into the bus,
Sense,
with the exception.
Drum bass.
With the exception of the overheads. Why? Because I don't want to overly compress the overheads, because those are all pretty much hi-hats and what's going on? It's all hi-hats and high-end material. When you compress that, it makes it a little louder, and I don't want it to overpower it. So I just wanted that kind of like as the glue. But I wanted to compress the kick and the snare, because when you compress something a lot, you get that yeah, you know what I'm saying? But if you did that to the original snare and the kick, you wouldn't get the whole full information of the kick and the snare. So how do you get the whole information of kicking the snare in there to sound decent, but still have that pop. What you do is, I bust them out, as you can see, well, these are the EQs, which are very, very, very flexible, by the way. And I do gates on the drums, obviously, so that I can gate out all the material that doesn't need to be there. You know, you have a snare going, that. You don't want the surrounding drums that are recorded as a result. Grandmaster Caz, everybody. Legendary Cold Crush brother, Grandmaster Caz. Yeah, so I didn't want that information leaking onto the other tracks, so I gated the shit out of it. I gated the kick, the snare. So all you hear on the, if you want to solo the kick, you can solo that. You solo the kick, you're just gonna hear the kick, pretty much. So kick's right here. So you hear. You go back to 0, and what's exact. Now, if you bypass the gate, you'll hear more information. So if you go up there and bypass it, just go to the gate on that track. No, just keep it solo. Keep it solo. And see, that's the drum suffix. See how overly compressed it is? So here the snare does that little lead up to the snare. Now, if the drum sounded like this all the time, it would sound like shit. So what you do is you put that, and you roll it up underneath the original drum. So roll the drums with that. Don't solo it. Come on, solo. What happens is, pull it out, solo. I made a track folder, solo the drum track folder. We're gonna go to the what's called the arrangement pane, right? This is the arrangement. So you can get. And see this right here. You can close it up so you can see what this is. Why don't you compress the drums so that they all focus on their focus?
I'm sorry, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, take the drum folder, make it small so they can see what it looks like.
Okay.
Just take the minus up. There you go. See how it's one line right here? You can make a folder, put all your drum tracks in. You can edit them all at the same time. Instead of going and editing the kick, edit the snare, you know, doing all that, you got one little folder here. And it actually makes my shit look a lot cleaner too, because you have a million tracks up there. So now when I need the drums, they're right there. Now if you solo, see how all the track folders get closed up? And close that one, close that one, close that one. And now, close the horns open. Look, all the track folders are closed now. See how easy it is now, when I work on drums, I just open the drums. See that? Bam, there you go. All the drums are right there. So now, solo the drums, play them. Any part of this one. And now you hear the snare, you got that little pop underneath that's coming from the bus. And you take the bus out, and only have that little pop. You want to do that. Do it down here also, by the way. It sounds kind of plain, of course, because, you know, without a band playing, you know, just drums. And I didn't put no samples, but you did drum bus. Not that, not the drums, just the bus. Just the bus. So, up, almost there. Got it? There? Almost? Or did you solo the drum bus? There you go. Mute that, and rock the joint. Hear what it sounds like without the drum bus. See how slacking that hit? Hear it? And rock the bus. So I add that extra thickness to it. And that's the greatness of bussing. If you have a vocalist that sounds real weak, instead of EQing them and doing all this shit, try bussing them to a bus. And perfect the shit out of the bus. Compress it, throw a little delay on it, throw some chorusing on it, and then